Hello guys, I'm Carrie from Carrie Tries It, and in this video I'm gonna watch Petticoat Junction Season 1 Episode 35, Local Girl Makes Good. But before it, I'm gonna invite you on Gumroad platform where you can watch all movies and shows reaction that I'm filming every single day for you guys, almost. And some of those movies, Groundhog Day. Can you imagine that I never watched it before? And I've fallen in love with this movie. It's amazing, and I want to watch it again and again and again. Another movie, Happy Gilmore, amazing comedy. I had a lot of fun and enjoyed it a lot. It Happens One Night, Little Shop of Horrors. Oh my God, this is so fun. Feed me, feed me. So it was amazing. And yeah, I'm inviting you on Gumroad. Here's the link, and let's start with Petticoat Junction. 1, 2, 3, and play.
Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction.
One day I will learn.
Forget about your cares, it is time to
Relax at the junction. Let's take curve you met, even more when you get through the junction. Petticoat Junction. There's a little hotel called the Shady at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
It is
Run by Kate from the beer gas at the junction. Petticoat Junction. That's Uncle Joe, he's a moving kinda slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction. Woo! Each time I want to say cattle, woo, woo. I had this kettle in my childhood that someone put it. Everyone likes to see whole day, and someone put and go out of the kitchen and cattle, cattle. I'm not cattle. It was our joke, if you get it.
Uncle Joe, I need your help.
No, I'm busy.
Doing what?
Chasing a pigeon.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Mom. What's with Uncle Joe? I just saw him hightailing around the side of the house.
He's chasing a pigeon.
Huh?
That's what he told me when he asked to help me.
Chasing a pigeon? Oh, he must be slipping. He usually comes up with a better excuse than that.
It was true.
Did you tell her about it, Betty Jo?
Tell me about what?
Mary Jane Hastings arrived in Hooterville this morning.
But she isn't supposed to receive the Chamber of Commerce Award until next week. Why'd she come so early?
Oh, she wants to spend some time visiting with her old friends. And guess where she's gonna stay?
Where?
Right here at the Shady Rest.
How do you know she's going to stay here?
Well, they were just talking about it in Hooterville.
She wants us to pick her up in about an hour and move her out here. Be quite an honor to have the president of Hastings Enterprises for a guest, huh, Kate?
Reckon Mary Jane's the biggest business success Hooterville's ever turned out.
Yeah, but... she was planning on staying in town. Now, what changed her mind?
Well, Uncle Joe ought to know about that. She said something about discussing it with him this morning. Where is he?
Chasing a pigeon.
Oh, come on.
It's true.
Uncle Joe, I want to talk to you.
Can't you see I'm busy? Why are you chasing that pigeon? To catch it.
Why didn't you tell me that Mary Jane Hastings is coming here to stay?
You mean she is? I guess that little talk I gave her about the Shady Rest really did the trick. She's reserving 3 rooms for the whole week. 3 rooms? How do you like that? I even outdid myself.
One of the extra rooms is for an assistant she brought with her, and the other's to use for an office. She aims to keep in touch with her business while she's here.
From the Shady Rest?
I guess I really impressed her when I described our modern facilities.
Did you happen to describe one of our modern facilities as no telephone?
No.
Oops.
Well, how do you expect the woman to keep in contact with her business stuck way out here with no telephone?
Well, I'm working on a substitute.
Like what? Mental telepathy? Smoke signals? A homing pigeon? Oh, no!
Why not?
Facilities.
Uncle Joe, your telephone is ringing.
Oh, it's just as I remembered it. And I was so afraid the old charm would be gone.
Why?
Well, Mr. Carson spoke about all the modern facilities you've installed.
Oh, those.
Everything looks exactly as it was.
The calendar's new. It was put out this year.
Excuse me, Mary Jane. I want to fetch my girls. They're dying to see you.
Where do these go?
You know the executive suite's on the second floor.
Just put them on the elevator.
The elevator don't work, Mary Jane. Remember? Decoration.
Oh, yes. Well, look, I better use the phone and tell my office where they can reach me.
Oh, I'm afraid the telephone don't work either.
Another decoration? Tell me, how do you manage your business without a phone?
That ain't no problem for Joe. He don't work either.
If you want to use a phone, you can use Hank Folsom,
Hank Folsom?
our neighbor.
Oh.
He's just 7 miles down the line. Charlie Floyd can run you over there whenever you want to make a call.
Well, what if I want to make a call and Floyd and Charlie are in Hooterville?
Hank Folsom, call Sam Drucker and he'll send them right out.
Well, how will Hank Folsom know when I want them?
We'll send him a message.
How? By homing pigeon?
It's one of the new
Exactly.
facilities I was referring to.
These are my girls.
Let's see, this is Bobby Joe.
Hello. Betty Joe.
This is Billy Joe, of course. Oh, well, you certainly have grown.
I would never
remember
remember
the little boys
their
used to
names.
chase
I
after
always
you.
forget.
Now it's the big boys.
Hi, Billy Joe.
See what
Who
I
is
mean?
Bobby Joe, Billy Joe, Jelly
Phil
Joe?
and Roger, will
And
you
why
take my
Joe?
suitcases
It's like,
upstairs,
I don't
please?
know, it's weird.
Steve, you're going to have to go back to town. There's no phone here, and you have a lot of phone calls to make.
Check MJ.
Now, wait. I want to go over the Haken contracts first.
Check MJ.
MJ. That stands for Mary Jane, like those big-time executives talk in those Doris Day movies.
The contracts are in that suitcase.
Roger, I'll need that bag.
Yes, ma'am.
My error. They're in the other one.
Phil, I'll need the bag you have.
Right.
We'll have to go over the Cooper specifications, too.
They are in the other suitcase.
Roger, I'll need that bag after all.
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Wow, she's terrific. And that Doris Day thinks she's such a big executive.
Yeah.
Whew. That bag is heavy.
Tell me, did Mary Jane hire you boys to work for her?
Oh, no, we're just helping out.
Mm-hmm. Then why do you jump when she talks to you?
Well, that's because... I don't know. I guess it's the way she says it.
I want 3 copies of these new clauses.
Check MJ.
You can take these bags upstairs now, boys.
Check MJ.
You think you can get me a cup of coffee, Kate?
Check, MJ.
Well, how about it, Billy Joe? You going to the dance with me Friday night?
Yeah, Bobby Joe, what do you say?
Well, I hate to disappoint all those other fellows. Me too.
Oh, great, then you're going with us.
And you girls were worried that nobody would ask you.
Okay, now come on, stop playing games. Is it a double date?
Well,
Excuse me, may I speak to you girls for a moment?
why, certainly, Mary Jane.
Sure. Look, there are a lot of old friends that I want to see while I'm here, but I'm on such a tight schedule, I need help. Would you girls be interested in being my social secretaries?
Oh, we'd love to.
Billy Joe, what about the dance?
Would you excuse the girls for a little while, please?
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
What can I do?
Determined woman.
How do you like that? First she's got us lugging her suitcases all over the place, and now she butts in just when we're dating the girls.
Yeah, well, no wonder she's still not married. No guy with any backbone would stand for anything like that.
Like what?
Well, like the way she just treated us.
Wednesday, I'll have lunch for the people on List A.
Girls who graduated high school.
Uh-huh. And on Thursday, I'll have dinner with the people on List B.
Boys you used to date.
Yeah, plus their wives.
Well, that brings us back to List A again.
Well, that's it, girls. I know you'll do a good job.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Oh, boy, I'd sure like to follow in her footsteps. Yeah, she's great.
Well, how about the dance?
Dance, you should have asked us earlier.
We did, but you wouldn't give us an answer.
Well, a girl's entitled to a little time to make up her mind. And besides, we're Mary Jane's social secretaries now. We're too busy for the dance.
Well, why don't you let us help, and then maybe you won't be so busy.
Oh, no, thank you. But if we think of something, we'll let you know.
For a couple of social secretaries, you're
And I
certainly not
can't
very
say
social.
that this girl in the middle, Bobby Joe,
You know, bet if we had more
changed a
experience
lot
as executives,
since
we could think of
from the
something
beginning
for Phil
she
and
was
Roger to
like
do. I guess it takes practice.
very smart and into books and
I know
something.
you girls are very busy,
and
but
right now
somebody has
she's
to
like
set the table.
another girl. Like
Phil! Roger!
What does she think she's doing?
Practicing to be an executive.
Mary Jane is sure a human dynamo.
You got that fella Steve hopping like he's raised up on Mexican jumping beans.
Now, how about the way she's got you two hopping between Hooterville and Hank Folsom's telephone?
We didn't even get any breakfast, and here it is dinner time.
Oh, well, come on inside. I got pea soup, chicken salad, corn fritters, and loads of coffee.
Woo, that sounds
Good. That'll keep us going. Oh, Charlie and Floyd, it's good
I
you're
just
here.
called
You
my
gotta go right
mom
back
and
to
like
good.
Hooterville.
What
in
for?
Petticoat
Mary
Junction
Jane's
she
got some
always
business. You
cooked
gotta make some
great
calls.
food. Cake.
Mary Jane,
And I
you're
called
here.
my mom, oh, I need
I
your
was just
food,
about
I
to send
already
Hector
miss
with a message to
it.
fetch you.
Borscht.
Uncle Joe, aren't you ashamed the way you've been working that poor pigeon?
You're flying the wings off of him. I bet he's put in more mileage than John Glenn.
Well, if he's gonna work for a big business executive, he's gotta hold his end up. That right, Hector? Looks like he's having trouble holding anything up.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but I'm ready now. Let's go.
Now, looky here, Mary Jane.
Yes, Floyd.
Well, Charlie and me just got here.
Oh, your tie is crooked. There. That's better. Now, what were you going to say to me?
Let's go.
Let me carry this little suitcase.
What a woman. She knows how to do things.
Yeah. To every man around here.
Everyone have their own tools.
Sweeping the lobby.
So I see. But that happens to be Bobby Joe's job.
Well, she told me to do
Bobby
it.
Joe,
She's
yeah.
kind of busy in there.
Billy Joe, Bobby Joe.
I think we should put
And
these
Bobby
names in
Joe.
alphabetical order.
Check, BJB. I'll work on the B list.
Check, BJB.
Now, where's
She's
the B
Bobby
list?
Joe.
BJB has it,
This
huh?
girl that I was talking
Billy
about.
Joe. Oh, BJB. Right. Phil.
What is it?
Run upstairs and get the B list from Betty Joe.
Now, wait a minute. You made me wash the dishes, clean the silver, and now I'm doing the pots. How much more am I supposed to do?
Oh,
There now. What were you saying?
they learn very
Fourth time
fast.
today you straightened my tie.
Well, Phil, if you want me to have time to go to the dance with you.
All right. All right. Once I finish the pots.
I still don't see why you're so upset.
Haven't you noticed the girl since Mary Jane came here?
Not exactly. I've been too busy keeping the communication system working. What's the matter, Hector? Can't you catch him today?
Uncle Joe, I'm trying to tell you how the girls have been behaving.
How?
Roger, let's get with it.
That's how.
Oh, that.
Phil!
And that.
We're executives, that's what them girls are. Carson blood's beginning to show through.
Well, it's time to apply a tourniquet. I don't like what's happening to them.
Why not? This might be the start of a great business career. Look at Mary Jane.
That's just what I'm looking at.
Why, with their natural ability and my coaching, the girls might turn the Shady Rest into a national string of hotels. North, south, east. Kate, you should have had another girl.
Phil! Roger!
3's enough.
The invitations to the luncheon are ready. You've got to take them into Hooterville.
But the train isn't here.
Uncle Joe, we need the cannonball. Send Hector out with a message.
Wait till I get through refueling.
Uncle Joe and
Can't
Daddy
wait.
Joe.
He's got to go right out.
What is it?
Okay.
Last name? No.
When you
Why
send
did
a message,
Why
make
would
sure and
they
tell
call
Floyd
each other
and
by
Charlie to
last name?
hurry.
I just got this idea almost
You two come upstairs.
a year
I'll give
with
you the
this show,
invitation.
only half a year, and I just
Oh,
got
Phil.
this idea.
Check with me before you go into Hooterville because I have some additional instructions.
Yes, BJ.
And Roger, when you come down, be sure to bring the B list with you.
Yes, BJ.
Wow.
I thought Mary Jane was one of a kind, but looks like you breed them that way out here.
My girls were perfectly fine till a few days ago. They've just been exposed to a bad example.
Now, don't you be too hard on Mary Jane. She has a lot of wonderful qualities.
I was thinking mostly of you.
Me? What have I done?
Everything that Mary Jane tells you to in double time. Seeing you scramble every time Mary Jane snaps her fingers is what's given my girls big notions.
Oh, that.
Mm-hmm. Answer me a question, Steve. You're an intelligent man. You could always get a good job. How come you don't stand up to that woman?
Answer me a question, Miss Bradley. What's a fella do when he's in love with his boss?
Ooh. Have you told her that?
When would I get a chance?
Well, if you want her to be in love with you, you're going about it in the worst possible way.
What do you mean?
Well, no woman can love a man who's always on his knees unless he happens to be proposing. You gotta make her have some respect for you.
Oh, she's a little too big to spank.
Why don't you try cutting her down to size? When she barks at you, bark back at her.
She's so a smart woman.
Well, that's up to you. I didn't mean to be butting in. The only reason I said so much was because of the girls.
Well, I understand, Miss Bradley, and I'm sorry. Look, why don't you explain to the girls what a big mistake they're making?
The way they feel about Mary Jane right now, they'd be completely indifferent to anything I said. No, that's the worst thing I could do. If you girls go on this way, you'll be making a terrible mistake. And I just got finished doing the worst thing I could do.
Why would you be so old-fashioned? Men like forceful, competent women. Sure, look at Mary Jane. She's surrounded by men.
They work for her.
That's just it. When a woman's successful, she can be independent. Men need her more than she needs them.
Well, it just shows that a mother's never too old to learn how wrong her children can be. If ever a man stood up to her for a change, you'd see who needs who the most.
But, Mom, you just don't understand what a man...
Hi.
Right. Have a good time in Hooterville?
Well, I spent most of it in a phone booth. I'm afraid I have to leave tomorrow morning, Kate.
Oh, something wrong?
No, it was just business, but... Oh, Steve.
MJ.
No, I'm going back to the office tomorrow morning. Some new things have come up on the Hagen contract that need immediate attention.
Well, why don't you let me handle it? I know more about the Hagen contract than you do.
No, I'll feel better if I attend to it myself. Girls, I'm sorry, you're going to have to cancel everything.
Well, what about the award that Hooterville was planning to give you?
Oh, they
Steve,
did
you'll have to
a
stay
lot
behind
of
and
job
accept
for
it me.
her.
Well, I got to
For
go upstairs.
nothing?
There are a million things to take care of.
Well?
Well, just call me Rover. Wait a minute, Mary Jane. I want to have a word with you.
Here's your chance to find out about a woman executive who's too much executive and not enough woman.
What there?
What did you want to tell me, Steve? I'm really terribly busy.
You're busier than you think. If you want that award, you're going to have to accept it yourself.
What do you mean?
I mean, I am fed up with being vice president in charge of errands. Every time you snap your fingers, I click my heels. We sound like a pair of castanets, and I don't like the tune we're playing.
Steve, I'm terribly sorry.
You are?
I had no idea you felt this way.
Oh. Maybe I should have told you this a long time ago. Apparently, we never understood each other.
Apparently.
Well, then it's agreed. You will accept the award.
Well, I guess I'll have to. Since you won't be working for me anymore.
What?
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to keep you on a job that's making you unhappy.
Are you firing me?
It looks like we're finally understanding each other.
Whoa, whoa.
Well,
Oops.
so much for theory. We better start canceling those invitations.
Phil? Roger?
Well, Miss Bradley, certainly solved that problem. Don't have to worry about being in love with my boss anymore. All I have to worry about now is finding a new one.
I'm terribly awfully sorry.
No, we're finished taking orders, and you can forget about the dance.
And I don't need anybody to straighten my tie anymore either. It was never crooked in the first place. It's a clip-on. Oh, hello, Mrs. Bradley. We were just saying goodbye to the girls.
Yeah, so I heard. Did I also hear that you're not taking them to the dance? Why?
Well, if you want to know the truth, we don't have any strength for dancing.
Is that really the reason?
Well, if you want to know the honest truth, before I dance with one of those girls, I'd rather dance with him.
And I can't even follow.
Boys, look, you mustn't feel this way. Steve, where are you going?
Upstairs to pack.
What? Just a minute, please. Huh? Now, boys, you wait a minute, too. Steve, you can't give up this way. There's got to be something you can do.
I don't see why you're so worried about me. You're in a worse fix, you know.
What do you mean?
I've only lost to Mary Jane. You've gained 3 of them.
And what you did to Steve was not very nice, Mary Jane.
But that's my affair. Even if you thought I acted in the most outrageous manner, why should you be concerned?
Because my 3 daughters are using you as a model, and how did you know that was what I thought? The way you treated Steve was no way to act towards a man who cares for you.
Who cares for me? Oh, no, he only cares for himself. He is the most arrogant, selfish, cruel man I've ever met.
Oh, she likes him.
Are you trying to tell me you're in love with him?
No.
It's just about time somebody understood me.
Well, if you love him, why did you fire him?
Because he is the most arrogant, selfish...
You're repeating yourself.
It's true. But did you hear the way he spoke to me when I just asked him to accept the award?
You mean when you told him to?
Now, what difference does that
Oh,
make?
it makes a lot of difference to a
What's
man
difference?
who loves you. Yes, he does, Mary Jane. And if you had any sense, you'd catch him before he leaves and tell him you're sorry.
After the way he spoke to me? No, absolutely not.
Sit down, Mary Jane. We're going to have a little talk.
Look, Kate, it doesn't make any difference what you say to me. You know that I would never run after a man, even if I loved him.
Oh, now we're going to have a big talk. Sit down. You leaving?
Just as soon as the cannonball gets here.
Look, have you girls seen Steve?
He's on the porch waiting for the cannonball.
Good job, Kate.
Where's Mary Jane?
She just went out on the front porch. What is this? Follow the leader?
You might call it that.
You won't be able to sit down for a week.
And if you pay close attention, you're going to see a new leader.
And can you ever forgive me for the way I treated you?
Well, I'll think about it.
It'll all be different from now on.
Oh, so
It would, though.
sweet.
I especially like that part about your taking my last name instead of my taking yours.
Oh, darling. No more fussing. Please.
Pretty please.
Check, Zara.
Golly, do you see that? Yeah, and I heard it too.
No, should we
And I
change?
promise that I'll never give you another order. Except one.
And what's that?
Kiss me.
Aww. Gee.
That's enough, girls. You got the point.
But they're just getting to the best part.
Into the dining room, BJB.
BJB.
And you, BJB. And you, BJB. That's an order from MOM. Then you're not leaving tomorrow to take care of that business.
Oh, no, Steve will take care of it. In fact, from now on, Steve will take care of everything.
Yeah, especially you, darling.
You're smarter than I thought you were, Steve. Most young fellas marry the boss's daughter. You're marrying the boss.
From now on, Steve's the boss.
Oh, let's not overdo it, Mary Jane. You know the old saying, you put out your hand to a man.
They put a ring on it.
And no more orders, Bobby Joe?
Oh, I promise.
All
Bobby
right, I'll
Joe.
accept your apology.
And from now on, I'm the boss.
Whatever you say.
You're sure now?
Oh, on my word of honor.
All right. I'll dance with you instead of Roger.
Well, Uncle Joe, looks like the women around here are all through giving orders. Come on, I got a lot of work for you.
And it was Petticoat Junction, and I hope you enjoyed this time. Don't forget about like, subscribe, and support me on Patreon, Venmo, and buy me a coffee. Here are the link for Amazon wishlist, and I'll see you on the Gumroad. Bye bye, guys.